Hello, viewers, and welcome to the latest episode of the GI Huddle. I'm here with Emmanuel Lamprakis, CEO of BetBonanza. Emmanuel, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Tim. Thank you for inviting me here today. Hello, everybody. Let's start this interesting series of interviews, and let's continue with BetBonanza today.
Yeah, to start off with, I thought it would be great if you could just tell us a little bit about BetBonanza. So, a brand in the African region, and a little bit about the company's history.
Okay, BetBonanza was incorporated back in 2018 and started operation in 2019 because the legislation was changed and the sports betting market was regulated in 2018. So as of June of 2019, BetBonanza started operations. It started mainly initially with land-based sports book for a few months, and after a few months, they started to offer to its players online sportsbook, online casino games, and virtuals, of course. And since then, BetBonanza had a successful, I would say, progress until Betsson jumped in and became minority shareholder for some time. And today, Betsson has the majority, is the majority stakeholder in BetBonanza. All these years, African and Nigerian market is a bit fragmented still today. So BetBonanza was one of the 150 companies who received the licenses to operate in Nigeria. Today, BetBonanza has a successful story, to say, but of course, we believe that we have a lot to do in front of us and be even more successful in the future.
As you mentioned, the Betsson investment kind of made industry news recently. The bigger investment, the more recent one, and you mentioned as well the Nigerian market. Can you talk us through a little bit about the kind of the history of the market? You mentioned it's fragmented. What kind of journey has the Nigerian market more generally gone through, and what are the kind of trends you're seeing now?
Nigerian market, it is, we can say it is an established market now, like South Africa, Kenya, maybe Ghana, and Nigerian market is more about sports betting and about also lottery games, but lottery games that operate in the Nigerian market are likely to be more betting games and less numerical, as we know in the rest of the world. Nigeria is a big country, more 200 million people live here, and has more than 70 million active bettors who are betting to win. They bet. The average bet would be $7-8, and they used to bet every day. That's why also numerical games are quick games. They have a lot of draws within the day. But what is very interesting is the sports betting part, which is increasing constantly. And players are more familiar now with new devices, with new technology, are more technology savvy, and they are young. The average punter here has an age from 18 to 40 years old, and they are men and women. Women, let's say, they are around 20% of the players, no matter if they bet on numerical game or on sportsbook game. Of course, as I said, Nigerian market is still a little bit fragmented, but it is less than it was 2-3 years ago. COVID has also an impact on that, but we do see now that Nigerian market going through some mergers and acquisitions because the characteristic of the Nigerian market is that the biggest part of that market is still relies on retail business, right? It is 80% of everything is retail. The internet penetration in the country, it's not as good as it is in other countries that are around African countries that are around Mediterranean zone, for example, they have 80-85% internet penetration. Nigeria has, along with Kenya and Tanzania, they have an average internet penetration of 60%. But the characteristic is that more than 90% of the players are using their mobile device to play, and only 7-10% are using betting through web. And as I said, the retail business is still very strong because the people used to live out of the house the most of the day, and they like to socialize, and they like to gather in places where they can exchange opinions, discuss with others, and place their bet afterwards. So this is the business, how the business is in Nigeria. This is completely different, let's say, from companies who are very big elsewhere, but they are only in the online market. Here in Nigeria, in order to be successful, you need to maintain both segments, right, and at the same time.
Yeah. You mentioned obviously a big focus on sports betting, and I think it's quite common knowledge that in Nigeria, football it's a football crazy nation. People love football. People love to bet on football. And the statistics you mentioned there about the overall population, and it's quite a high percentage of that population that do bet, could probably compare to other countries. Given that the new Premier League season has just started, for BetBonanza, but maybe for the whole industry, what are your kind of expectations in terms of volumes for this current season and betting numbers?
I believe the overall market is difficult to estimate, even an accurate estimation. But I believe every year this market grows about 10-12% year over year. And as you said, like you said, the Nigerians wait the new season every year to start. They save money for that to get prepared for the new season. So we see a peak from mid-August that continues throughout the overall season. The market size is difficult to say a number, but it is estimated to be a minimum on GGR around 2.5 to 3 billion sports betting. So it's a big market. Of course, the companies now are trying to localize their products. All the players here try to make their product more attractive to Nigerian players, because, like you said, they are sports fans, and especially when it comes to the leagues, because of Nigerian was was a Commonwealth country. They like very much Premier League. They are very knowledgeable about players, sports, statistics, everything. So they are very demanding audience, I could say. So our expectations are high for the season. So far, we improved our products and our offerings to the players. We introduced a lighter version of our products to so the Nigerian players who don't have high-tech devices to be able to enjoy the same level, to have the same quite similar experience with other players. And every year we try to be better and better and capitalize our lessons from the previous year. So we are very, very optimistic for this new season.
In the short term, how do you think the World Cup will affect the average Nigerian bettor? Because obviously the Premier League stops, so there's less, there's no Premier League betting, but will there just be a huge surge on international football betting?
I cannot say certainly what will happen, but as I said, Nigerians are mostly interested on Premier Leagues, La Liga, on European leagues. They are not that much fun about World Cups and everything. They don't get crazy about World Cups. So I don't believe it will be a surge due to World Cup, but we'll see. We never know. This depends on, of course, nowadays of also the health conditions in every country, restrictions. But I think this year there will be, yes, increased interest over the sports overall.
Yeah, it's a little bit different this year, isn't it? As you say, it's difficult to know exactly which way it will go with the World Cup being mid-season. But if we're to look at BetBonanza, the company, more specifically, obviously we talked about Betsson and the recent investment from Betsson. How has this, has this accelerated any of your goals or any plans? How is the kind of growth roadmap looking for the next sort of couple of years?
As I said, Betsson was a minority stakeholder in BetBonanza quite some time. But as the numbers, the operations and the numbers start to have a good traction, I think Betsson saw that and decided to invest more. So now they are the major shareholders. However, Betsson believes that we are on the right track and we can continue to do what we are doing so far. And of course, we have access to Betsson valuable resources and expertise, and we can tap in when we need it. But for the moment, we will continue to operate as we used to do before, and Betsson just knows that this is the investing in the country, an African country like Nigeria. It is they need to be patient. Let us grow, let us operate. We are happy with what we are doing today. And we'll continue to run our operations, I think, from now on. Of course, our understanding is that Betsson wants to remain with its stake as it is today. I'm not aware they have plans to increase their participation in this company. And of course, they are willing to help in case of we need financing, that are doing something better or improving anything. And we are very happy for that. That we have such a group standing behind us and help us here.
A final question from me, specifically on BetBonanza. What's kind of next for you guys? Do you have any new products in the pipeline, or is it more a case of marketing to attract new players and do the same thing with the sportsbook? Is there anything different in the pipeline, or is it very much this offering the same core offering?
No, we actually what we did so far was to improve a lot of things regarding our platform games, and we said improved with the term improved. I mean, we try to localize the product even more. Also, we developed the lighter version for older mobile phones, and now we are planning to also to offer a very good app for the players who want to use an app, because mobile penetration, as I said, is high. The smartphone penetration is increasing. Now it is around 40%. So the Nigerians are able now to buy cheaper and better devices. So they need a good product. So the product evolution is always now roadmap. We want also to improve our product, the casino product, by offering better games, additional games, because casino games are also the virtual, we have a good virtual product out there, and we'll try this evolution path rather than launching at least short-term additional gains or additional offers to our players. We focus mostly on building a good team of people, but a robust organization, and deal with the demanding retail network, the in-store gaming and better equipment there. But also we focus a lot on the online to attract more players and keep them happy and have a good experience with us. So hopefully for the next period, we'll be focusing more on improving further our products and more and use all the available channels to reach our customers. We still, but we are looking around. Of course, we are aware of what is available in the market, what can be successful here in Nigeria or not. Because imagine that, to our experience, some very successful games elsewhere do not have any single interest by the Nigerians, do not attract any interest at all. Right? So we are just focusing what we know to do better for the time being and improve our progress.
Well, Emmanuel, thanks very much for your time and for your answers, and best of luck for all your ventures at BetBonanza. And good luck with the rest of the year. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you for inviting me here today. And I hope to see you soon again.
Absolutely, likewise. Thanks very much.